Good morning, awesome traders, to the 6th of November 2024, and this is the first recording of today where I go over the CFDs, the indices, and a few cryptos. And if you watched my video yesterday, I believe you caught some trades and you made some amazing profits. I hope so though. Anyways, without further ado, let me hop right into the game or the business of today. So let's go to gold. So good, remember yesterday I told you gold would break this line, form a correction here and go up. But it didn't go quite much as I wanted it to, because I expected it to come up quite more, but it didn't. But this could be a completion of the correction, and if you check here, we had an impulse, we had this correction, we had this impulse. Okay, so now if you look at this movement critically, you would see that we have this in the middle, and we have this, and all my expectation is that we will have an impulse, we'll have this correction, not to come and break this low, but to stop somewhere here before it goes up. But it ended up breaking this low first before it went up, which now leaves us to start thinking about something very complex on its own here. So now that we have this, this whole thing forming right here, it's looking like we are getting this, and this is becoming the core correction, and we'll get this at some point. We'll get this before we come down. It's looking more like it's going to make something very complex there, but let's keep an eye on it. For now, there is no trade on gold, so just stay away for now until it either breaks this low or breaks this top. It either breaks here or breaks here. For now, there is no trade, so just stay away. But if you did this trade yesterday, you should have made some profits though. I did it, I made some profits, and when it started pulling back, I went out because I held it for this pullback, I held it for all of this, but when it started pulling back for this, I closed it somewhere here, so with some good amount of profit. So but silver was one that hit my take profits here, because I also bought it here. But here I held it for this pullback because my stop was here, and it went right there because I think my stop was somewhere around here. So it was the one that hit my take profit, and I knew this move was coming because yesterday I told you, yeah, you can go back and watch the recording. I told you they will move up and they will come down. So silver was the one that gave us a perfect correction here, and this move came. And if you're following, or if you have been following my analysis and you saw this, you should have known that this most likely is coming down some more. But that's it. Let's wait for another correction here to sell, or maybe wait for an impulse and a flag to buy. As it stands now, there is no trade right there. That is it for silver. And the next one is USOIL. And remember yesterday I told you that this could be this right here. It could also be that this is it, and we're still waiting to get this. And if that is the case, then we're going to go for this move. We're going to go for it, and then we're going to come back for this move. Now here is a big question to ask or to consider. Are we totally coming down? Is this the top? Are we totally coming down, or are we forming something to complete this and still go back up? That's a big question to ask and something to really consider. So what will happen is, if we see this pullback here, we're going to take the sell. I am going to take the sell anyways, because before I continue, I would say this disclaimer. When I say buy it here or sell it here, I am referring to myself, not directly telling you to buy or sell. You can, of course, make your further research and do your due diligence based on the way you trade and how you analyze the market. So this tutorial or this market outlook or this analysis is just meant to help you, to be a helping hand in having you make the right decisions, okay, or having someone's opinion that you can consider and then use it as an edge to look critically into your own decisions in the market. So that's why I make these videos. Anyways, with that out of the way, so when I say bye, I'm simply referring to myself. So I am not a certified financial advisor, like I say, and if you need the services of one, you can of course go get one for yourself, and also do further research before you consider the things I say. But everything I say here are strictly my own opinion and strictly the way I trade and the things I look for in the market. So if you enjoy it, let's move on. So I would wait for this to come back. I would wait for an impulse, I would wait for a correction, and I will sell this one for it to come first. So once it breaks this low, I put my stop loss to break even and wait to see what happens when it gets to somewhere around this low. So I'll wait to see if it's going to form a correction, going to form an impulse, a flag, and then if it's looking upwards, I will close this and I'll buy it to go break the stop. So either way, I will still make money. With that out of the way, let's go to USOIL, which will also be similar thing. Yeah, similar, right? So you know what to look for. Okay, so this could be it. So you know what to look for here when this pulls back or forms a correction and you sell. You know what to look for right here. So when it breaks this low, or when it comes to that low, you also know what to look for. It's if it's going to reverse or if it's going to form correction to continue going down. So let's hop on to US 30, where I just saw them do wonders, right? So yesterday I told you this is forming a correction and this could go up, and I even went as far as leaving this line here yesterday, this particular line. I went as far as leaving it here and saying, because this move right here could be a completion of this, and we'll still go up to break this stop before we start coming down for this move. And as you can see, it is playing out perfectly. All right, so if you think wave analysis don't work, you might experience a shocker, because maybe I am still yet to shock you, but let's just go. All right, let's just go. So the thing is, there is no trade for you right here on US 30. Sorry that happened if you didn't get this trade, because this was another opportunity for you to catch this was another opportunity, this was another, but right here there is no trade for you because it's about to form another correction here. So it might take a day or two before we finish that. So but keep your eyes on US 30. It's most likely coming to break this high. Let me put that line there. And NAS also did some wonders, right? I told you this would go up and told you it could form a correction here where we'll still go down. We could even form a correction here and keep on going down for this move, where we still have something in the past to complement that, right? Which was this. But sadly, or lucky enough, I don't know which one to call it, but yeah, lucky enough, we have this move, and it just seemed like it came for this. Sorry, just seemed like it's coming for this, or it came for this, and it's going back. But here is a thing to really consider. and why I wouldn't think it came for that move, why I wouldn't think it came for this. Here is the thing. By rule, this is a correction that shouldn't come to break this low. If it was going to do this, by rule it should stop somewhere here, not coming to break this low, but stop somewhere short, making this a whole completed correction before it goes for this move. But it didn't do that. Instead, it came to break this low. It broke this low before it started going back up. Now here is a big and critical question to ask. Are we forming something huge here or not? Or is this all the correction we have on this, which looks odd though, and this is the top, and we're just forming another correction here to go up? That becomes a question. If we are just forming another correction here to go up, then this will go up, ignoring this and making this whole move here complete. If not, it means that this is a part of whatever is happening here, and at some point we're going to get something like this. At some point we're going to get something like this. Maybe it will form a correction, maybe it will go up some more, but we're going to get this. And if we get that, we're going to get this going up, and we might just get a pullback for this. We might just get something very corrective there before we go. So let's keep our eyes on this one. But either way, however it turns out to be, it's still a buy. So there is no trade for you. Wait for a correction on the 1 hour and you can buy, but I will be buying now with a lot of caution because of what happened here, because this could be pulling back anytime soon. Could even get something like this at the end of it all. Goes back. Keep your eye on it. If this is a part of this, we'll get this in the middle, we'll get this going up, and we'll get a pullback before we go. So keep your eye on that one, and the pullback will maybe be this, which of course right now everything is not clear, but I know we are going to go up some more. But just wait for this correction or this pullback to happen before you buy, and then we'll monitor to see what it forms and how the structure would look like. And if you traded this, which I didn't, I did the major pairs, almost all of them except USD CHF, which ended up becoming so wild. I did them during the Asian section, which was few hours ago, and I entered market open, a few minutes after market open, and then I did them. But I didn't do indices, I didn't trade indices because I didn't even look at them anyways, but they did something quite interesting. So on S&P 500, this could either be all the correction, like I said yesterday, everything that happened here could either be all the correction and this was low, and even at that, this was an impulse, a correction, and this was a low, and even at that, we are still going to wait for this correction here to finish before we buy. Just assume that we've completed whatever is happening here. We are still going to wait for this correction now that it has broken out of this line here. I mean this trend line, now that it has broken out of this trend line, so we need a correction or a pullback or even a move to complete this because anything here is enough. Any move to come down to this area is enough for it to go back up. So keep your eyes on that one, and if you want to sell, make sure that you get a good confirmation before you consider to sell, and bear in mind that it might not go that far. So here also is German 30 that yesterday I told you that because of this thing coming down and coming down so deeply into this move, we might just end up forming a correction here to go down some more. So now we did a correction here, we did this, you can see it. The question is, are we going to form a flag here to go down some more, since we already have this impulse? Maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we will. So if you're going to sell, wait for that correction to happen before you jump into the sell, because this can also be this that goes back up. You never can tell. So wait for the correction, and if it's going to be this to go back up, wait for this impulse, wait for a correction, and you can buy, or you can put an entry order here just in case it does this. So with that out of the way, let's hop on to UK 100 GBP, and this one also is forming this correction to go up. So whatever is happening here is going to finish. Once it finishes, we'll look for this move. So it's still in the process of the correction or consolidation or accumulation, whatever you call it, whatever terminology you use, it's still there. But I'm looking forward to everything happening here to complete before I take the trade. I already took the trade though, but I went out on break even. I took this one, you can see my line there. I took it, I just went out on break even before I started this recording. So it started pulling back. So when it pulled back, I was in loss. I waited for it to pull back. It pulled back. I closed it at break even with a small profit though, but nothing serious. So wait for it to finish whatever it's doing there, and you can buy. So I'll put this here, so just to know it's going up. Okay, that is the much we can take for the indices. Let's go to Bitcoin. All right, so it showed some wonders. Now we know that this was the move. Now we know that it was the move. Sorry, yesterday I said it's not worthy to buy anywhere from here going up, even though I saw it was going up, because I thought all my analysis was that it's going to do this correction, it's going to come down some more, and only after it comes down some more we can consider either to buy or to continue selling. But it ended up going up here and just forming a correction to break the top again, which is okay. Sometimes we miss because we were wrong, and that is it. But the good thing is, if you're wrong, if you use wave analysis and you're wrong, most of the times when you're wrong, you're not in the trade, and that's the beauty of it. Most of the times when you're wrong, you're not in the trade, so you don't experience the loss when you're wrong. But if you are right, voila, you make money. So if I had monitored this yesterday and saw this happening right here, I would have had another consideration, given the fact that it has broken out of this and forming a consolidation. So I would have thought about this as being all the correction, this is the low, and we might just be going up. So I would have bought this with a very reduced risk and see what it does. Just in case it does this, takes me out, I wouldn't feel much pain. But if it does this, well, I was skeptical and I took a small trade with reduced risk, and voila, made some few dollars, and that's it. We wait for the next move. But anyways, now that it has broken the top, we now, of course, what I have been telling you all this while, that we might be getting this move, but it came pretty much late though. Better late than never. So now that this is out of the way, what other move do we have? We still haven't gotten this. Move. We still haven't gotten that, and we might get that anytime soon. And if we get that, of course, we will be going up some more. But here is the thing. Your immediate trade here is on the 1 hour. So allow this to form a 1 hour correction. Now that it has broken the all-time high, here is what you need to do. Do not jump into the trade. Don't make the mistake of jumping into this. Don't make the mistake of jumping into this, because I think I should take this out, right? There is no need here. Take it out. So this becomes all the correction we had. That being said, we have to wait for this correction on the 1 hour to buy. And as we are buying, also bear in mind that you have this move to complete. So when you're buying, be skeptical or buy with caution, because it could do this and next thing you do, it starts coming down for this move, this one right here. Because this move, of course, we are going to get it any moment from now. It will pull back and we are going to get this move. And then after all of this, remember, we still have this move here to make. And if we get this big correction here, and then get this. So once everything here finishes, at some point in the future, we will get this move. We will get it. It's a guarantee that we'll get that move. So maybe, hopefully, when it gets to 150, 140, 120, we might get that move. So, but buy with caution though. Buy with caution, because it might just get to 85 and we start getting that move. So buy with caution. Ethereum also formed a little wonder there, and now it makes everything complicated and complex, because we are now looking for this right here. We're now looking at this. Maybe it could go up some more. We're now looking at that, and we're looking at this. See that? A little bit complex, but yeah, this one had a correction like that in the middle of it. See that? So who says we can have a correction in the middle of this to come down? And then this might just be all the correction we get here. I said it yesterday, and this could be a contracting flat if this is all we have in the middle of this and this. So if you see an impulse here, if you see a flag on the 1 hour, you might consider selling this for this move. I would consider selling it for that move before we eventually start going up. That is it for Ethereum. So at the moment, there is no trade set up here. Check this out. At the moment, there is no trade set up here, and we're just going to wait, because this could also go up some more. and if it goes up some more, we start looking at this, and this. We'll have an impulse, correction, an impulse, a correction, an impulse, and we might still get this. So if it goes up, if it makes a flag here, we'll consider buying it, because this could go up some more to 3,000 or thereabouts before it starts coming back. That's one thing to keep your eye on, and that's why wave analysis is so beautiful, because you see the options way ahead of time before they start happening. So that's it. We are going to wait to see what it does before we jump in, because we can jump in right here and it starts to come back for this move. So let's just wait to see what happens here, if we get an impulse and a correction, or if we get a correction here to go up some more. And also remember that a correction here will always start with an impulse. So if you get an impulse and a correction, you're selling. And also remember that this correction right here will always start with an impulse and a correction. So if you get an impulse and a correction and you decide to sell with caution, because it could be this, do this, goes back up for this, comes back for this, maybe even do this, do that, complete this, and still go. So buy, so sell with caution. BNB. This is the one that went up quite high. So yeah, you can see on all of them, I thought this was a correction here, but at a point I was looking at this as a correction and this as a low, and this going to form a huge correction here maybe before it starts coming down, but seems that's not what we are getting, and it's fine. We could be seeing this coming down, we might, but if we're going up, we'll have to wait for a correction to buy, because there is no trade. All these ones are gone already. So wait for correction and buy, or wait for an impulse to the downside, a correction, and you can sell. And now there is also another option here. If this has just formed a contracting flat in the middle, that is an option to look into. Has this formed a contracting flat in the middle? Is this a contracting flat? And are we going up totally for this move? If that is the case, we are going to surely get a correction to tell us we are still moving up. So we are patiently waiting for that. I am patiently waiting for that. Whichever one it is, I will figure it out as the charts develop. And last I do is Shiba Inu. This one, of course, here did some wonders there. So this didn't look like it, but that's what we're getting. So let's just extend this right here, because this might just not finish what it's doing yet. So let's extend that, because this looked very corrective as the B wave inside this correction. I mean this, so it looked very perfect like this, and this of course broke this top, so looked perfect to me. And I was expecting this move to finish whatever it's doing, and we can see this coming back up, but it didn't break the low, so we might just be in a big thing or a big correction right here, and we'll figure it out soon. Let's put it this way. Remove this, put it this way for now, get it this way. for now, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if this becomes something more complex. If we're going to have this, and we're going to have this, then we're going to have this before we come down for this. We'll figure it out pretty soon. But if it forms a correction here, we'll consider buying it, because this could be a 1, 2, 3. Okay, it could be that, and we'll still come back for this. So this could be still all the correction we get here, and we just had a deep pullback into this impulse. I'll still get that before we come down for this. So keep your eyes on that one too. They are becoming so complex right now, majority of them. But keep your eyes either for an impulse to the downside, a correction for the sell, or a flag for the buys. I think that should be it right now, and we should go over to the second recording of the day, which is where we take a look at the USD or the major pairs. All right, see you on that one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave your comments or questions in the comment section below, and also do well to share the video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.